Jesus doesn't leave us hungry, orphaned, or empty. Grace and peace, everybody. Welcome to Sabbath School Study Group. My name is Chris Bailey. We're starting a new 5-part series in the book of Mark now in Jesus's final days. We are just before the cross and we're right at the Last Supper. It's amazing, of all of the events that could be the last that Jesus has with his followers, he would choose for a meal to be that context, for that to be a supper. It wasn't in a church. It was not in some high place. It wasn't even in necessarily a holy place. It was in a dining room. That says something about our shepherd and the intimacy that he wants to have with him at the table. So many things going on at the supper that it's really hard to pick down which particular aspect. But let's just look at the supper overall, driving home this point that while Jesus is about to leave, he's not going to leave those who trust him alone. So as we go into this new series, I want to thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. However, and wherever you are watching this, we appreciate you. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you pass this on to someone else to encourage their faith. But there is so much more even for you to see on our website, and that's at changeministry.org. There are videos, there's a blog, there are recipes, all for you to have a positive place to grow in your faith. So in our study of the book of Mark, this brings us to chapter 14, and it's here in verse number 22, where it says, "And as they did eat, Jesus took bread and blessed and brake it and gave to them and said, 'Take, eat, this is my body.' And he took the cup, and when he had given thanks, he gave it to them, and they all drank of it. And he said unto them, 'This is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for many. Verily I say unto you, I will drink no more of the fruit of the vine until that day that I drink it new in the kingdom of God.'" Notice when he says, "This is my blood of the New Testament." This is my blood of the new promise, the new covenant. Jesus is saying that if you partake of this bread and drink of this cup, you and I are in fellowship. And you can think about that fellowship being like when you eat food, how you assimilate that food. And from that food, you get vitamins and nutrients and minerals that allow you to sustain life. This is why Jesus is showing and trying to get us to see it's not just him being with us. He wants to now even be in us. This oneness, this newness comes from oneness with him. So to get a better grasp on the truth that Jesus does not and did not leave us alone, look at what he says in John 14. In John 14, verses 18 through 20, in this same season, as he's about to leave his disciples to go to the cross, but to come in a new and more powerful way to them, "I will not leave you comfortless. I will come to you. Yet a little while, and the world seeth me no more. But you see me." How? "Because I live, ye shall live also. At that day ye shall know that I am in my Father, and you in me, and I in you." Jesus is saying that I will not leave you comfortless. That word comfortless is to be orphaned. It's to be bereft of parents, to have no lineage or attachment in earthly blood ties. Jesus says, I am not going to leave you comfortless, while also saying, I'm about to leave you. He cleared it up where he says, the world will not see me, but you will. And the way that you will see me is that I will not just be with you, but I will even be in you. How can this be? Well, think of the bread and the juice. In the same way, Jesus is saying now that I'm going to not just be God with you, Emmanuel, but now I will be God in you. By the Spirit of God, we would have fellowship with Jesus closer than when he was with them and with us, even at the dinner table. So let's cut a layer deeper in Hebrews chapter 2, verse 17, where it says, wherefore, in all things, it behooved Jesus to be made like unto his brethren, that he might be a merciful and faithful high priest in things pertaining to God, to make reconciliation for the sins of the people. For in that he himself suffered being tempted, he is able to succor them that are tempted. He's able to succor, or he's able to give nutrients to us because, again, by the Spirit of God, he is able to now dwell in us. He's able to feed us. He's able to nurse us, succor us, just like we get nutrients or life from juice or food. This is why Jesus was saying, I will never leave you or forsake you. The disciples forsook him, but he did not leave. He was saying, don't worry. Be not dismayed. I'm actually transitioning from one level of intimacy to a greater level of intimacy, and that is to be our comforter.